What happens if you stand on the surface of the sun for exactly 1 microsecond? Nice shades. Let's see if they save you. First off, you're dead. Even for 1 millionth of a second, the 10,000 degree heat at this proximity, thermal radiation doesn't just burn you, it triggers immediate sublimation. Your polycarbonate bones, they turn directly into gas. Let's pretend you're wrapped in a 100% reflective mirror to bounce the light away. Now for the bad news. The sun's gravity is 28 times stronger than Earth's. You suddenly weigh over 5,000 pounds. Your safety glass joints aren't built for this. Our knees shatter instantly, and your glowing heart light is flattened into a pancake. You're basically a high-tech rug. Fine, we made you weightless and reflective. But the sun isn't just hot, it's loud. The acoustic pressure from the sun's convection cells is 100 times louder than a jet engine. Our internal organs aren't just vibrating. They're being pulverized into a gelatinous sludge. Honestly, the sun is a territorial war machine. It doesn't want you there. Sticking to a beach in Malibu is much better for your structural integrity. Which is the best sword to slay a dragon?
Prepare to meet your end, beast.
Take 1. The paper sword. Dragon scales are harder than titanium. Your paper blade has the structural integrity of a wet napkin. You give the dragon a mild paper cut. It responds with a 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit fire blast. Let's try that again. Take 2. The plastic sword. At least plastic is waterproof. I think the plastic sword melt before you could swing it. Take 3. The steel sword. Now this getting serious. Classic choice. But here's the problem. Friction and heat. A jet of acidic blood hits your steel blade. Your sword dissolves in your hands while the dragon's tail exerts 400 psi of pressure on your ribs. Take 4. Diamond sword. Hardest material on Earth, right? Wrong. Diamond is hard, but it's brittle. When you strike a moving dragon, the lateral force causes the diamond to shatter like, well, your own bones. Take 5. The magic sword, the real deal. This blade ignores the laws of thermodynamics. It slices through dragon scales like they're made of room temperature butter. The survival chance, high. As long as you don't trip over your own cape. Which body type gives you the best chance to survive the Amazon? Take 1. The bodybuilder. First off, instant failure. Muscle is metabolically expensive. A physique requires massive amounts of calories and oxygen just to exist. In the Amazon, your biggest op isn't a jaguar. It's heat dissipation. You can't cool down in 90% humidity. Your internal organs undergo catastrophic structural collapse, and you collapse from heat stroke within hours. Take 2. The fat type. Let's try that again. At least you have energy reserves. Fat acts as an insulator. You're a slow cooker. The extra weight increases the work your heart has to do to move through dense brush. Your heart rate hits 180 BPM just from walking. You die of dehydration before you even find a river. Take 3. The slim type. This is the ultimate survival build. The opposite of the ant size problem. It allows you to dump heat into the air efficiently even when it's humid. You require fewer calories to move and can sustain long distance travel without redlining your heart. The survival chance. Maximum. You're agile, you're efficient, and you're built for the long haul. Let's hope a venomous snake doesn't come for you while you're napping. What if you actually listened to that guy in 2011 and bought Bitcoin at $1?
It's just $1. Get some Bitcoin. Put it away. Goes to nothing. Who cares?
You've got $100 in your pocket. It's June 2011. Your $100 investment has just skyrocketed. Bitcoin hit $32. You've turned $100 into $3,200 in a few months. You're already picking out the color of your future yacht. But in 4 days, the price craters from $32 back down to $2. Your amygdala goes into a localized nuclear meltdown. You just watched 94% of your wealth vaporize. Let's say you held through the first crash. It's now late 2013. Your $100 is now worth $100,000. You're a legend. You've kept your coins on the world's biggest exchange, Mt. Gox. But here's the problem. In early 2014, Mt. Gox disappears. 850,000 Bitcoins are gone. Your digital assets have just undergone a phase change from money to nothing. But you're smart. You kept your coins in a private wallet. Now it is October 6, 2025. Bitcoin hits its all-time high. Your original $100 is now worth $12,621,050. What happens if you have 4 wives at once?
I have 4. You don't even have one.
Maintaining an intimate relationship requires massive theory of mind processing. When you scale that to 4 independent personalities, you forget one anniversary, then a birthday, then a favorite food. Resulting emotional crossfire exerts 900 psi of pressure on your sanity. Game over. Let's say you're a social genius. Now for the bad news, metabolic cost. For wives means 4 times the social engagements and likely a small army of children. You are working 18-hour days just to keep the territorial war machine of your household running. Final attempt. You have the money and the social skills, but you can't beat the allostatic load. Triggers a constant flight or fight response. Your adrenal glands are leaking toxic levels of cortisol into your translucent bloodstream. You're only 45, but your emotional skeleton has the wear and tear of a 110-year-old. You experience a total system blackout in the middle of a family dinner. Honestly, having 4 wives is a biological high-stakes mission that 99% of human skeletons aren't built to survive. But hey, the wedding photos look great. Which body type gives you the best chance to survive being stranded on an island? Take 1. The bodybuilder. First off, you're cooked. In a gym, you're a king. On an island, you're a ticking metabolic time bomb. Muscle is the most expensive tissue to maintain. Calories are hard to find. You need 4,000 calories just to keep your heart beating. You're only finding 500 calories in coconuts and crabs. You're collapsed by day 10. Let's try that again. Take 2. The slim type. You're efficient. You can stay cool and move all day. You have the best thermoregulation. You have almost zero adipose tissue, fat reserves. Once the fish stop biting, you're the most likely to survive only the first week. Take 3. The fat type. Finally, the real king of the island. Every pound of fat is roughly 3,500 calories of stored fuel. You can go weeks without a single meal. The only risk, heat stroke. As long as you stay in the shade and don't exert yourself, you're a survival god. Honestly, staying in your air-conditioned room with a snack is much better for your long-term health. But if you're heading to an island, maybe skip the gym. What happens if you become the element bender? Take 1. The firebender. The gain. You can flash vaporize threats and never feel cold again. The risk. To generate fire. Your core temperature must exceed 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Unless you're a dragon, you'll undergo a localized nuclear meltdown every time you sneeze. Take 2. The waterbender. The gain, total biological control. You can stop bleeding instantly and filter toxins from your blood. You are functionally immortal. Almost. The risk, osmotic shock. One wrong move, and you accidentally pull the water out of your own cells. Take 3. The earthbender. The gain, unstoppable durability. You can reinforce your skeleton with literal rock, making you immune to small arms fire. The risk, your joints weren't built for megaton loads. The vibration from moving a single boulder causes catastrophic structural collapse of your spine. Take 4. The airbender, ultimate freedom. You can fly, run fast, and never be touched. To create a high-pressure blast, you have to manipulate the air around and inside you. If you lose focus for a microsecond, your fiber optic nerves are shredded by the pressure change. You turn into a beautiful puff of air. What happens if you become the element bender? Take 1. The firebender. The gain. You can flash vaporize threats and never feel cold again. The risk. To generate fire. Your core temperature must exceed 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Unless you're a dragon, you'll undergo a localized nuclear meltdown every time you sneeze. Take 2. The waterbender. The gain, total biological control. You can stop bleeding instantly and filter toxins from your blood. You are functionally immortal. Almost. The risk, osmotic shock. One wrong move, and you accidentally pull the water out of your own cells. Take 3. The earthbender. The gain, unstoppable durability. You can reinforce your skeleton with literal rock, making you immune to small arms fire. The risk, your joints weren't built for megaton loads. The vibration from moving a single boulder causes catastrophic structural collapse of your spine. Take 4. The airbender, ultimate freedom. You can fly, run fast, and never be touched. To create a high-pressure blast, you have to manipulate the air around and inside you. If you lose focus for a microsecond, your fiber optic nerves are shredded by the pressure change. You turn into a beautiful puff of air. What if you eat only vegetables and your brother eats only meat? How long would you survive? Day 1. You consume a lot of vegetables, but you're still hungry because veggies are low on calories. Week 1. You have stomachache with a constant hunger. Month 3, your weight and strength drops along with dizziness and less focus. Month 6, your immune system becomes weaker, meaning frequent illness. Month 9, your organs begin to fail from long-term malnutrition and eventually your body force shuts down. Your brother. Day 1, your brother is full because meat has high protein and fat. Week 1, he has headaches because sugar are gone from his body. Month 3, he looks strong, but constipation begins. Month 6, cholesterol rises, kidney strain increases, and there's a possible vitamin C deficiency. 1 year, long-term strain on the heart, and kidneys finally catches up and organs start failing. Congrats, you both meet each other in the shadow realm. What happens if you slept for super long time? Day 1, you enter the deep slumber mode. No school, no taxes, just you and couch. Your brain is slowly clearing the mess you made, staying up until 3 a.m. watching brain rots. Month 1, since you aren't moving, your muscles assume you died and leave you on autopilot. You've lost 20% of your gains, make the heart shrinking because it literally unemployed. Like you. Year 1, you are now officially softer than a pillow because there are no gravity fighting you. Your bones barely work and become as fragile as potato chip. One wrong move and you snap like a pencil. Year 10. You have been offline too long that your joints have rusted. You are now permanently stuck into this position like a French fry. Even if you wanted to quit, your body say otherwise. Year 50. Congratulations. You are now a couch. Your skin has fused with the mattress. Year 100. The alarm rings. You push to stand up to touch grass, but gravity is not having it. Your bones and muscles are now hard like my meat. What would you do if this happened? Take 1. You oiled up thinking oils, doesn't mix up with water. That's a good idea, but it can push you. You flew out to space. Take 2. You decided to climb. If I get high enough, I can film the whole thing. Tsunami water doesn't just splash. It exerts more pressure than hydraulic press. You are swept into the city at 40 miles per hour. Your polycarbonate ribs shatter as you got abused from behind against a parking garage. Take 3. Final attempt. You ignore your car and run for the nearest concrete structure with at least 10 floors. Concrete buildings with open ground floors allow the water to pass through without knocking the whole thing over. You're on the 8th floor watching Miami turn into a forbidden swimming pool. Your heart light is strobing at 190 BPM, but your structural integrity is 100% intact. Honestly, if a tsunami hits Miami, the only gains you should care about are altitude. If you stay on the sand to finish your TikTok, you aren't a creator, you're debris. Have you ever wondered how many days it would take to travel from Earth to Neptune? Take 1. Walking a normal pace speed of 5 kilometers per hour, you feel exciting for the journey at first, but when you calculate it, it would take you 100 million years. Civilizations would fall and rise, and you'd still be on the road. Take 2. Motorcycle. Kawasaki Ninja H2R. Full throttle at 400 kilometers per hour. The fastest motorcycle on Earth. Even then, it would take you 1.2 million years. Space doesn't care about your feeling. Take 3. Car. Bugatti CH Iron Super Sport. 490 kilometers per hour of hypercar power. What color is your Bugatti? But reaching Neptune would still take about 1 million years. In space, this speed means nothing. Take 4. Airplane. Lockheed State Route 71 Blackbird. A supersonic 3,540 kilometers per hour. The numbers start to feel more realistic. It would still take around 145,000 years. Take 5. Rocket. Apollo 11 Saturn V. Over 40,000 kilometers per hour. And finally, you could reach Neptune in about 13 years. For the first time, the number aren't shocking you. At last, the journey isn't longer than humanity itself. How big the wings would you need to be able to fly? Take 1. 50 centimeter. Small wings burst from your back, basically a chicken wings. You flap fast, but it's all just noise. Must be wind. Take 2. 1.5 meter. Now your upper body is changing. Your chest filled with growing fiber muscles. Ribs expanding to absorb in more air. A powerful flap makes you feel lighter for a second, like your body almost forgets how heavy it is, but your acts still stubble back down. Take 3. 3 meter. This is where things serious. Your torso is dominated by muscle. Shoulders got reinforced, lungs growing larger. With a strong running start and flaps, you actually lift off the ground for the first time. Now you can hoop. Take 4. 5 meter. Now you have true flight anatomy. Massive pectoral muscles power each stroke. Your bones lighter but stronger. 1 thunderous flap and you float into the air. Sustained flight is possible, but I'm not sure your body can do this for long. How do you survive the greatest conflict in human history? Nice uniform. Let's see if your polycarbonate bones can handle the total war simulation. Take 1. The civilian. In World War II, cities became the front lines. Strategic bombing wasn't surgical. It was a deleting of entire zip codes. Your best bet is to get to the bomb shelter ASAP. The shock wave from a 500 pounds bomb can liquefy your internal organs. But if the fight still happens around the border, what you need to do is move the opposite way of the conflict area. Here, the most important part. If you live around the border, make sure to wear your normal civilian clothes. Take 2. The soldier. The odds are against you. In World War II, artillery was the territorial war machine that caused 60 to 70% of all casualties. It's a 155 millimeter shell at rest, to whom it may concern. Your best bet is to disguise yourself as a civilian. But unfortunately, you're a frontliner. You peek your head out of the trench to see where the fire is coming from. A jagged piece of shrapnel traveling at supersonic speeds hits your safety glass helmet. Even if you aren't hit, the allostatic load of constant shelling causes a localized nuclear meltdown of your nervous system. You aren't just fighting an army, you're fighting your own adrenal glands. Which body type gives you the best chance to survive the zombie apocalypse? Take 1. The bodybuilder. In a gym, you're an alpha. In the apocalypse, you're a walking protein shake. Muscle demands constant fuel. The grocery stores were looted in the first 48 hours. Where are you getting 200 G of protein and 5,000 calories a day? Your massive quads require so much oxygen after a 100-yard sprint. Your internal organs undergo catastrophic structural collapse. You're not a survivor. You're a slow-moving, high-protein meal. Take 2. The fat type. Good news, you've got the energy reserves to last weeks. Now for the bad news. The sound of running, climbing, and stealth are the 3 pillars of not becoming a zombie. Your extra mass makes you slow and, more importantly, loud. Your joints are already under 300 psi of pressure just from standing. You can't outrun a threat that never gets tired. Take 3. The slim type. Finally, the undisputed king of the wasteland. You can survive on a single can of peaches for 3 days while covering 30 miles on foot. You are a phantom. You don't fight the horde. You out-endure them. You can climb, crawl, and hide in spaces the bodybuilder can't even fit his arm into. The only risk, if a zombie actually grabs you, you're cooked.